Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, January 29th, 2020. I'm Fredicia Liburd. The Ministry of Agriculture's initiative of planting 10,000 trees officially began today, Wednesday, January 29th, at the St. Thomas's Primary School. A total of 16 trees were planted according to Deputy Director of the Department of Agriculture, Floyd Liburd, who also went into further detail about the 10K initiative.
We realize that more and more, or every month, vehicles come to our island and to cause some sort of pollution. The more plants you have planted on the island would help in cleaning the atmosphere and give us cleaner air to breathe. Here at the St. Thomas's, we are starting this program this morning. We'll start with the St. Thomas's, we'll move along through other schools on the island of Nevis, our coastlines and other key areas where we think are being degraded in a way to plant some of these trees. This morning we'll be planting plants such as sour orange, fig fruit, cane fig, pomegranate, soursop and Bajan cherry. Those we think could add to the children's juice making here at St. Thomas's Primary School.
The Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, in delivering brief remarks, officially launched the project.
So I want to launch this project this morning on behalf of the Nevis Island Administration, the Ministry and Department of Agriculture. The entire NIA, I must say, is proud to be a part of this initiation, and we want the entire division public to get on board and join us in ensuring that we not only plant 10,000 fruit trees and ornamental trees, but if we can surpass that over this year, that would be a wonderful thing. I want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank all of the persons who will be a part of it in the future, and especially you here at St. Thomas's, all of the children, the teachers, all of you, I want to thank you for your effort. I won't be around much longer, but of course the tree that you're planting today at your age, in another 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, you'll be able to look back at that same tree and indicate to your children, your grandchildren, I was responsible for planting that very tree. And that very tree would have been bearing fruits over the years to the benefit of all of you.
At the end of the brief ceremony, a number of persons were afforded the opportunity to plant the trees. Also present at the official launching ceremony were Junior Minister of Education, the Honorable Troy Liburd, Education Officer responsible for the St. Thomas's Primary School, Avril Elliott, Principal of the school, Norleen Smithen, along with teachers and students, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Hughie Sargent, Director of Agriculture, Randy Elliott, and representatives of the Brown Hill Community Group. Persons interested in planting trees can contact the Department of Agriculture at 469-5521 extension 2086 or 2087. The Ministry of Education is grateful for a donation of computers and projectors, which were donated to all of the island schools on Tuesday, January 28th, a gesture the ministry is describing as a demonstration of good corporate citizens giving back to the community. Global insurance and financial services company Regency Assurance was the donor.
Education is close to the heart of Regency Assurance, and we would like to thank the Department of Education and everybody here for allowing us to support you and the children of Nevis in this very meaningful way. It is with great pleasure that we at Regency Assurance Limited make this presentation to you today. A presentation of 64 new laptop computers and 64 new projectors presented to all schools in Nevis, all primary and secondary, public and private, through the Ministry of Education, and we count it both an honor and a privilege that we are able to do so.
Letitia Nisbet Dorr, Regional Operations Manager for Regency Assurance. The Honorable Troy Liburd, Junior Minister of Education and Information Technology, noted that the donation comes at a time when the Nevis Island Administration is upgrading the internet service in schools.
This will go a long way to assisting us in getting our classrooms up to the standard that we want them to be. Our education sector plan 2017 to 2021 that we've been working on, in the sector plan, it highlights the need to bring technology into the classroom. The use of technology in the classroom will make for new outcomes and better outcomes, and it will make for a different type of interaction between the students and the teachers. I want to say thanks to Regency Assurance for this wonderful donation, and I know that our schools will put them to the best possible use.
The equipment was presented to Principal Education Officer Zanella Claxton, who in turn presented the gifts to the school principals of the island's schools. Moms in Prayer in Nevis will celebrate its 10th anniversary this weekend with a 3-day conference at the Pinneys Beach Hotel.
Moms in Prayer is an international, interdenominational ministry. We are currently in over 150 nations of the world, and our mandate is to pray for children and schools. Our head office is in Texas, but locally we have a ministry here in Nevis.
According to Reverend Dr. Sandra Fleming, Area Coordinator for Moms in Prayer St. Kitts and Nevis, the theme of this weekend's conference will be Awaken Hope Overflow, the Journey. The conference will open on Friday evening, January 31st, with an official ceremony featuring remarks by Dr. Fleming and an overview by Moms in Prayer member Charmaine Jeffers. Addresses to the delegates will also be made by the Honorable Alexis Jeffers as Deputy Premier of Nevis and the Honorable Troy Liburd as Junior Minister of Education.
Our first speaker for the first session will be speaking on the journey between the former house and the latter house, and that is Minister Pearl Louise. She's a dynamic woman when it comes to the word, and she will be speaking on that topic. And the second session for that night will be the impact of prayer declarations. On Saturday, we will be having a series of workshops. The first workshop on Saturday morning will be done by Kathy Gallo of Pennsylvania. She was the one who brought Moms in Prayer to Nevis, and she will be looking at reflections, inspirations, and she will be motivating us to go another 10 years. Following, we are going to have a counseling session on recognizing the enabler. We have 2 other sessions that day. One is Whispers of Love for the Journey, and one is Positive Energy for the Journey.
Some 60 delegates representing moms in prayer groups from the United States, St. Lucia, Dominica, Barbados, St. Martin, and host St. Kitts and Nevis are expected to participate in the Moms in Prayer Conference, which will run from Friday, January 31st to Sunday, February 2nd. Registration remains open. The fee is $30 US or 82 EC dollars. Interested persons can contact Charmaine Jeffers at 869-663-7197 to register. Still to come,
please accept our profound thanks for all that you will be contributing to the St. James's.
the details right after this break. Welcome back. The Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC, is advising its customers of a scheduled power outage for Thursday, January 30th, 2020. This is to facilitate the upgrade of poles and lines in the Montpelier area and to facilitate a tree trimming from Lower Coal Hill to the Botanical Gardens. Customers from Beaumont to Montpelier via Cox Village and Lower Coal Hill will be affected by the power outage scheduled from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The St. James Primary School on Friday, January 24th received a donation of playground equipment and school supplies from the Circle of Excellence group. Principal of the St. James's Primary School is Daniel Wallace.
I must acknowledge that Avaya Circle of Excellence is definitely making a difference today in the lives of the students of St. James's Primary School. For that, we are extremely grateful, as your gifts today will be beneficial to these children academically, physically, and socially. Providing school supplies and a beautiful playground would definitely allow those opportunities. You are making a difference. Please accept our profound thanks for all that you will be contributing to the St. James's.
Student of the school, Asane Brown, along with her peers, expressed gratitude to the Circle of Excellence.
I would like to express heartfelt thanks to the Circle of Excellence for their generous donations of school supplies and wonderful playground to our school. As students, we will do our best to play much more, share much more, and take care of your kids. Again, I say thank you, Circle of Excellence.
That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Silibird. Thank you for viewing.